Hey, I'm Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates. And today's question that every home buyer should ask is, what if something is wrong with the house? What if the inspector finds something wrong with the house? I've mentioned before, and we'll link up the video for this as well, getting a home inspection is a really good idea. It's a very wise idea for a buyer. Now, during this inspection, we talked about the pre-inspection, and that's that inspection before you make your offer in a competitive situation. The home inspection that you get after your contract's accepted, the normal general inspection, that's ideal because then it allows you to negotiate. So if you do the pre-inspection and the inspector finds something wrong, you can either buy the house the way it is or not buy the house. Those are your options. If you are able to do a full inspection after the contract's accepted, so maybe it's not competitive, the seller and you get to go back and forth, you get 5 days to do an inspection. In that case, you would have the opportunity to negotiate with the seller. So there's a few things we could do. We could either, in that instance, decide to move forward with the purchase anyway. So that's one response we could make. The second response we could make would be to ask the seller to either make the changes or fixes that the inspector recommends, and we could choose specific ones that are most important to you, or maybe ask for a credit to cover those costs later on. So sometimes that's money towards closing costs, same as cash kind of things, or a reduction in the purchase price. Those are a few of the ways we could handle that situation. If we just wanted to, maybe the seller doesn't have money to pay for those fixes up front, but we can still get you the money, essentially, to take care of that later on. Those are ways that we could do it. You also would have the opportunity to say, you know what, I don't want to buy this house anymore, and would have the opportunity to back out of the purchase and retain your money, earnest money. So those are the most common situations around the inspection. So you have that response where you say, you know what, I'm just going to buy this house anyway. You could also say, I'd like to have some things fixed or taken care of. You could also decide to back out of the purchase altogether. But the idea here is that there is lots of room to negotiate and flexibility as the buyer if you can have an inspection contingency to essentially work towards your desired end result. If the seller isn't willing to do the work, then or isn't willing to credit you some money to do the work later, you're still in that same spot of, well, do I want to buy this house or do I not want to buy this house? And that's ultimately a decision that you'll have to make per your situation.